I have to edit the stream information. I don't know why it does that. Let's see, let's call this coil packs. Damn it, I'm wearing gloves so this keyboard isn't responding right. 2000 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Alright, that should update. There we go. Alright, everybody. I got my work cut out for me today. I had to do the coil. I just finished the coil packs actually in my dad's car. Alright, let's get this set up. A tripod here. Alright. Today I am doing the spark plugs and the coil packs in a 2000 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna get to it. Cost me $200 for the parts, and I really don't have it, but you know, unfortunately I had to choose between groceries and fixing the car. But what good are groceries if I don't have a car to drive to the store to go get them? So, unfortunately, gotta fix the Jeep. What the hell is this? This box isn't even attached. I just bought this thing and I'm noticing all these little things wrong with it. Let's get this out of here, get it out of the way. This isn't even attached. This air box doesn't even look like it's attached to anything, so I'm just gonna get this out of the way to give myself some more room. Yeah, look at this. See? Cracked mount, busted right there. So there's nothing even holding this in. It really doesn't matter that much, you know. It's not going to hurt anything, but it's a little odd. All right. So I got to take out this intake here because it's in the way. Alright, I'll put this aside by the box so I know where that went to. Anybody here? Nope, nobody here. Streaming all by myself. That's alright. People aren't interested, I know. Alright, let's get this side. Probably don't need the extension for this side. Way. Got big hands, you know. So hard for me to work on. Especially this is why I like the older cars, because everything's spaced out a little bit more. On the new cars, everything is so tight, it's getting real hard for guys like me to work on them because you know, my hands and everything are so big, it's hard for me to fit in those little areas. My hands in those little areas. To get the bolts and stuff off. Alright, taking the air intake box off, almost done. Okay, there's the other one. It should be the only two bolts holding it. Let's take this hose off, put it out of the way. See if there's something else holding it. Oh, yep. There's another hose clamp on the back I didn't see. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now we got that out of the way. Now I can actually access the coil packs. Let me bring the camera a little closer so y'all can see here. These right here, these are the coil packs. And that's what, in the old days, there used to be a distributor and a wire that would go from the distributor to deliver the spark to each individual plug. But now everything is computer controlled, and they got, each cylinder has its own, not distributor, but the job of the distributor was to distribute the spark to each plug. Now each plug has its own thing to supply the spark. So anyway, I got to take all these off and then do all the spark plugs. It's 4 on each side. The 3 up front are going to be super easy. Everything's right out in the open. That one in the back is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass, I can tell already, because it's way back here. And like I was saying before, I got big hands, so it's hard for me to do stuff like that. But I got to get it done. So anyway. All right, I guess I'll bring this a little closer. I'm doing a live stream, Dad, of fixing the car.
You want me to talk to you first?
It's already on, but you know.
All right, I want to tell you about.
What?
Go and get it. I want to tell you the story behind it. I'll tell you later.
All right, I love you, Dad. Drive safe. I fixed your car already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Live stream, can I go like this?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, look. I don't think anybody's watching right now, but they might watch later.
Hi.
That's
I'm
the Hitman.
Grand Duke of Rock and Roll. And this is my son. He's the best mechanic in the world.
There you go.
And I'm the best songwriter, singer, guitarist, and performer ever. Better than Elvis.
That's a true statement. That's a very true statement. Okay. So here I go. I'm going to start taking off these coil packs. Start on the driver's side. All right. All right, let me find somewhere to put these bolts where they won't get lost. Oh, put them in this bowl here. I guess I'll do one at a time. I'll get these bolts off though, at least now. Oh. Working on the car. Working on the car. Oh. This is definitely, if the parts for this cost $200, for those of you who don't know, most garages, basically their markup is double parts. Double parts plus their hourly rate. And there is a reason for that, because first of all, they have to make, you know, some kind of money. But the reason why, like, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, well, what if I go and I bring the mechanic my own parts and just have him install them? A lot of mechanics don't like doing that and won't do that because they won't do that because if something should go wrong, you know what I mean? It's a liability issue. Where if it was the part they installed and everything else in the dealer that, you know, the car part place that they normally deal with, there's at least some sort of, what am I trying to say? there's a path to go if something should go wrong. Whereas if you installed your own part, they could very easily, if they install the part that they insisted you install, and something goes wrong, then they could say, hey, you know what? You told me to install that part. That's why I don't install those crummy parts. But you know what I mean? That's why they do that sometimes. All right, I'm just gonna do these two first. Oh boy, it's really on here. All right, let me unplug. First one. Oh, geez. That is really, really, really down on there. Oh, shit. All right, let me take off my jacket. This doesn't want to come up. I don't want to get a pry bar because you shouldn't have to use a pry bar for this. I guess I might have to get a little something, maybe not a pry bar, maybe I could get a wrench and kind of pry it up a little bit. I think this is the fuel rail here though, so I don't want to put pressure on that. If I crack that, that would not be good. Let me take a look at the old parts, see if there's something I'm missing here. Normally they just pull right off. I don't know what's going on. First of all, let's take a peek at this. Yep, that looks like it. These new ones are nice light gray color. The old stock ones are black, but same difference. Yeah, they just push in there. They just must be really frozen. That's what happens over time. Let's see if there's notifications up here. Nothing important. It'd be nice if somebody wanted to tune in, but all right, let me find something I can pry this up with. Oh, because it's really jammed down in there. Oh. I'm concerned that I'm having trouble prying these off because that means it's going to be really hard to get that one back there off because it's going to be really hard to get any leverage on it. Let me see if I set this here. Get under that lip. Now these really don't want to come. All right, Chuck, it's time to get creative. Or maybe by creative, I mean caveman style. Ugh. Let's get up on the engine. Ugh. Oh, what the actual F. Ah, shit. Ah. Just my luck, right? No, just my luck. Nothing can ever go easy for Chuck. You people should know that the Boris family is cursed. There's always something, some kind of strife going on. I don't want to press up against this rail, but I don't have anything else really to get leverage with. Ugh. I mean, it's twisting a little bit. I just can't get it to lift up out of there. What a pain in the ass. There's no room that, you know, normally Jeeps are pretty easy. Not this one. It's also, who knows, you know, like I said, I just bought this car, so who knows who did the maintenance before, but I bet you that this thing wasn't replaced in a long time. That's why I'm getting misfires. The engine's running like a fucking washing machine. Come on, you bastard! Ah. Watch Chuck lose his temper trying to fix a car. Let's try the second cylinder and see if this one will come off, just out of curiosity, or is this one going to be a pain in my balls too? Well, the bolts that hold these in are also the bolts that hold in the, I can't think of the terminology right now. Maybe if I start unscrewing them, it would help lift this up, but that's going to be hard. Once again, I can't get a wrench in there, so I'm really running out of ideas. What a pain in the ass. I shall be right back, folks. I have to go do a little research and see if I can find any tips on how to get these out of here. Frozen in there. So, you know, for every problem you'll have with the car, you'll always be able to find somebody online who's done it already. I just watched a video of somebody doing this, and they unplugged this like it was nothing. They unplugged it and then just lifted this right out of here like it was nothing. Mine are literally frozen the fuck in there, so I don't know what the fuck to do. Ugh. Maybe if I got some WD-40 and squirted it down there, it would lubricate a little bit, but I really don't want to get that in the cylinder. It really wouldn't do any harm, you know. But damn, I don't know what else I'm going to do. This guy just grabbed it and it just came right out like butter. So apparently I just wanted to double check and make sure I wasn't going crazy and there wasn't like a step I was forgetting. There isn't any step I'm forgetting. These things just don't want to come the fuck out. I'm gonna have to do this 8 times. 8 times I'm gonna have to do this shit. I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on this. There's no reason why this should be doing this. No, I think it's coming. Let me get up on top of the engine again. Oh, I'm getting too old for this. Oh. All right, you sick bastard. Come the fuck out already. Come on! You bastard! I kill you! I kill you! Ugh. Oh. Son of a bitch. Let me try getting a big pair of pliers or something and trying to get a grip on it. See if I can pull it up, but this thing isn't fucking budging. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna have to find some penetrating oil. Guess we're going for a trip real quick. I don't even know if anybody's watching. I don't think anybody tuned in. I hope this is actually live or it didn't like go to my backup YouTube channel or something like that where literally nobody will see it. Penetrating oil. Disc brake squeal. There we go. Liquid wrench, penetrating oil. Oh shit, and it doesn't work. Why didn't you know it? It works a little bit. Apparently they make little O-rings that keep these in, and apparently they tend to seize up. And of course this penetrating oil isn't even like working right. Let me see if I can find another one. This isn't squirting right. Just can't get a break. Job that should be fairly easy and straightforward, of course, is going to be hard for me. Nothing ever wants to cooperate. Whew. What a pain. Whoop, I'm losing signal back here. Maybe I should leave my phone up. I guess I should probably leave my phone up near the car. I don't want to lose signal because then the stream will die. Alright, let me drop the phone off here. Now I gotta go find some WD-40 or something. So guys, back. Alright, I'm back. Probably nobody was here anyway. Yeah, 0 people. That's alright. Squirt these down now. Give it some time to penetrate. Literally have just enough penetrating oil to be able to do this. Alright, hopefully that will work. I gotta go get more gloves, I'll be right back. All right, got myself some new gloves. What a pain. What a pain. course, my hands are all wet, so I can't get the gloves on. So for anybody that's just tuning in, or if there's anybody there, I sprayed some penetrating oil on these cylinders so I could try to get these coil packs off because the O-rings have frozen inside of the cylinder. Who knows? Ah, fuck, I tore that glove. Nothing can be easy. Nothing's ever easy. Send a message. I'll send a message. I'll say, hey, all. For some reason, I don't see the I don't see the chat box. Let me see. Well, the chat box, it's on here, but I don't know why it's not showing up. I can see the message I just typed, but I can't see it scrolling on the screen like it normally does, but oh well. If anybody's there talking in the room, or if there's anybody there, I'm sorry. Streamlabs does not seem to be working. And of course I tore the glove again because I have fucking monster hands. Son of a bitch! So pissed. Should be a fucking easy job. This job should take me less than an hour. But because all these fucking problems, this is probably going to take me a couple hours to do this stupid job. And of course I'm tearing the glove again. Ugh. Alright. I can't get him out. Let me see if I could get a little step ladder, something to step on so I could get some leverage on top of it. Come on, you bastard! Ugh. Ugh. Shit. This thing just does not want to come out of here. I might have to spray some penetrating oil. Let this sit for a while. Because if I can't pull this out here when it's right out in the open, how am I going to pull out that back one? This is supposed to lift right out of the cylinder. Poor design, you know, because on the 6-cylinder Jeeps, there's just a straight rail. You take off a few bolts and the whole rail comes off. And you put the new one in. With these each individual ones, poor design. Because the ignition coils lock up in the cylinder. So, engineers at Jeep, I hope you learned your lesson from shit like this on your newer models. This is a pain in the ass. I'm almost tempted just to cut the little thing off here so at least I could twist it. Because if I could get a good twist on it, I could, but I can't because there's a post that's coming up with the nut that was on top. It wasn't a bolt, it was a nut. So there's still that post coming up through the hole in the ignition coil. If I could get a twist on it, I could probably get it off. Ah, yes! Yes! Fucker! It's 1 down, 7 to go. Oh, boy. Okay. I'm happy to get one off. Alright. Now let's get the old spark plug out. Let me see, a 10mm can go aside. It's my spark plug wrench. What was that extension that I had? Oh, here it is. Take a look at these. See how these spark plugs look. And of course, these spark plug sockets are supposed to have a rubber ring in them that grabs the top of the plug, so it makes extracting them easier, but they get lost all the time. So if that happens, like it did on this one, I don't have the rubber ring in there to grab it. What you do is, if I can find it, oh, here we go. What you do for that is you take the old coil and you shove it back down there to get a grip on the top of the plug. And boom. Oh boy. Look at that. There isn't really too much brown corrosion, but it looks very, very, very rusty. Definitely looks like it's seen better days. They had just regular old Champion spark plugs in this. Nothing special. I bought, to replace it with, I bought the NGK V-Power ones. So we'll see how those do. They're both copper plugs. Because the other ones are like, the platinum plugs are like $8 a piece. And $8 times 8, they do the math. It's expensive. Whereas these ones are $3 a piece. So I know the copper ones, they say that they don't have as long as the life, but actually the copper plugs actually have more conductivity than platinum. So although the platinum might last longer, copper actually will give you a better spark. So now that this is my car, I usually do regular maintenance on my car, so I shouldn't have problems like these cylinders freezing in and stuff like that. That's a symptom of somebody who didn't really do the best job in taking care of this car. So it's in my hands now, so I'm going to take care of it. All right, let's screw this one back down. I'll probably do this by hand for a while until I get it started. It's also, you should, if you can help it. Sometimes it's impossible because of the orientation of the plug. But if you can help it, you should always try to get it started by hand, because it will ensure that you're not cross-treading the plug. Because if you cross-tread a plug in the engine, that's bad. You know what I mean? It makes it very, very, very hard to fix. There's little chasers and wire things that they can put in there to fix it, but then you're talking about, you know, that's kind of shit I don't want to do. I'd rather be a little careful. Let's get this a little bit snug. It's good. Whew. Okay, so we got the first plug done. Now let's get the new ignition coil. Maybe we'll put that down on there. There we go, went nice and easy. Put the clip back on. Now we got to go Let's get our bucket of bolts. I should get 2 extensions so I don't have to keep swapping back and forth between these two. I got one, but I didn't realize how much of a pain in the ass this was going to be. Okay. Whew. 1 done. 7 to go. And just so you guys can see the difference. Oh! Here's the old plug. You can see it's all brown and corroded and rusted looking. And there's the new plug. As you can see, everything's nice and bright and white and pretty and shiny. Oh. So, anyway. 1 down, 7 to go. What did it take me? How long has this stream been going? The stream's been going 41 minutes. So it took me like a half hour to get 1 fucking plug done because these are frozen in. Really, really, really not happy about that, but I got no choice. I gotta fix my, back in the old days, you had, whatchamacallit, beasts of burden to do your work for you. Now you got cars. So, like it says in the Bible, if your horse falls in a ditch, you know, you got to get it out. So, right now my horse fell in a ditch. Bastard! Cussing at it helps, I think. Ow, my hip. Does this have one of those hoods that I can flip all the way backwards? If I took the lifters off, I probably could. That would give me some extra room, but I don't know if I feel like doing that. Whew. So hard to get a grip on these because they're in such a weird spot. Well, they're really not in a weird spot. It's just that there's really nothing much to grab onto. Oh. So to retell the story for those of you who might not have been here, my wife tried to take the Jeep out this morning and it was running like a washing machine. Installing, which happened to me once before. So I've been neglecting to do this project for a while. I assumed it would be fairly easy, which it should be in theory, but what's holding me back is these plugs. Let me spray some more penetrating oil down there. Oh. Oh, son of a bitch. I'm hoping that will get down in there. Help lube up that O-ring. These will slide out a little easier. What a pain in the ass, and I'm almost out of PB too. So I might have to, after I get these done, I might call it quits for a while. Go buy some PB. Spray down each cylinder to make sure that it gets down in there. Because wrestling with this is going to take me all day to wrestle with this if it keeps doing this. It's gonna be a pain like this. And I need my car for church tomorrow. Come on, you bastard! It's coming. Like a loose tooth. Oh, they should make like some sort of extractor for this, some sort of I wonder if I went and I got my engine hoist and tied a rope around this and then jacked up the engine hoist, if it would be strong enough to lift the coil out of the cylinder. Oh. I budged it maybe about a quarter of an inch. I'm not a weak guy. You know, I'm not the strongest guy, but I'm not a weak guy. This is really, really, really a pain. See, this is why you respect your mechanics. You might think that sometimes they charge, but what do you want for something like this? I'm going to be fighting with this shit all fucking day, you know? All day I'm going to be fighting with this. Oh. It's coming! Come on! Come on, you sick son of a bitch! Oh. I moved it some more. At least it's coming now. But damn. Oh, come on. Here it comes. Yes. Oh, you bastard. And the penetrating oil did get down there. I could see that it's got some on there, so looks like that's going to be my solution. I'll have to go get more penetrating oil after this because every one of them is going to be like this. All right. So, old coil pack. Oh. Let's go get that spark plug out now. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. Well, this one took me shorter time than the other one, so at least that's some progress. Okay, like I said before, if you're missing the little O-ring, the little rubber ring in the top, that helps the spark plug socket remove the plug. You can use the coil pack. I do not recommend that you use the new coil packs for extracting the spark plugs. Use the old one. It's already messed up. Don't get the new one all super dirty and stuff by using it like that. Not that it'll really hurt it, but use the old one. There you go, see? Just push it down there. And once again, you can see that that's all... Try to get it in the light. You can see that it's corroded. Looks a bit rusty. Oh, okay. So that's 2 down. Almost 2 down. Let's drop the new plug down in the cylinder. Once again, get it started with your fingers to make sure nothing's going cross-threaded. Like I said, swearing works. Swearing definitely works. That's what the mechanics don't tell you. Sometimes you gotta cuss at it a little bit, and it gets scared of you. So then it starts cooperating. I don't know if you guys knew that's what the engineers of these cars do. They make it so where some projects can only get completed if you swear at the car a little bit. My favorites, I would have to say, are probably "you sick son of a bitch." It's probably my favorite to call the car. All right. Oh, now let's get oil pack. Ta-da! Put that one down in there. Oh, see, look. Now this one, you see how this one comes with this rubber flange here? The old one does not have that on it. Here's a comparison between the two. This one has this rubber flange here with this little lip. That's to prevent water and other things getting down in the cylinder and causing it to freeze like this one did. So hopefully that will work, but that's what that is. So definitely a much better product than the ones that were on here. Like I said, I don't know if the ones that are on here are OEM or whether they're aftermarket, if anybody ever did this job before. I mean, this is a 2000 Jeep. So I imagine that in that time, somebody probably did the spark plugs on this. So at one point, somebody had to have had this off. If not, they're very, very lucky. Oh. Okay. So we are 2 down. 6 to go. Okay. I'm going to do the 2 front ones on this side before I start working on the ones that are hard to access. So I'm going to switch over to the passenger side now and start working on that side. Let's see if I can get these ones off. Where's my screwdriver? I need new gloves again because I already tore this one all up. Okay. So note to self, the 6-cylinder Jeeps are definitely a lot easier to work on. I had a 6-cylinder and avoiding the deer, I crashed it into a telephone pole in January of 19 and I broke my hip. So, what does that tell you? Hit the deer. Hit the deer next time. Alright, let me replace this glove. My hands are going to be filthy anyway when I finish, but... My wife, she always buys these tiny gloves. She got little hands, so for her these feel big. For me, it's hardly fit on my hands. What I should have done is gotten some cornstarch and put it on the inside of these gloves so that they slide on a little easier. I still might do that. Alright, let's move this over to this side. Oh boy, this one's really frozen. How did we make a make frozen? Any parents out there? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Oh. All right, this is just a vacuum line, I think, and this is kind of in the way, so let me get this out of here. This is getting in my way. Oh, come on. Come on, you bastard. Sometimes you gotta be an old codger for this kind of work. Let's get rid of these champions. Twist and pull, twist and pull. Sounds dirty, doesn't it? That's what you gotta do. Get these out. Twist and pull, twist and pull. Twist and pull until you sweat. Twist and pull until you sweat. Let me get some more of that penetrating oil. I'm almost out. I guess I'll work. I'll keep doing this until I run out of PB. And I'll have to run to Tractor Supply and go get myself some more. Spray this one back here down again too. It definitely seemed to work on those other ones because I could see it had gotten down in there. Let me spray all these. Might be a little bit of smoke when I first start this up because of a little PB getting in the cylinders, but that shouldn't do any damage. It definitely feels a little, it wiggles easier now. Really, what I'm going to do is I'm going to invent something. Kind of like a ratcheting pair of pliers that you can stick under this and widen so it'll just pull this up. I swear. This is nuts. This should not be this hard. Somebody better buy me some beer after this. Ugh. It was funny with my old Jeep when I first bought it. I had to do a lot of work to it to get it roadworthy. So it seemed like the first couple months I had it, it was always breaking down. So I missed a lot of church. I remember my priest said to me, well, maybe you should get a more reliable car so that doesn't happen. It's like, I'm sorry, Father. You know, I don't have the money for that. Maybe you make a decent enough salary and you have no expenses so you could go and buy yourself a new car every couple of years or lease one. I can't do that. I don't got the money. It moved a little bit. Damn. Should I try swearing at it? I haven't tried swearing at it yet. Let me see if I can get a little leverage on this. Oh, it's so cold out today and I'm sweating like a pig over here. All right, I feel it's coming a little. Oh. This one's a little harder because those other ones I could get a firm grip on it. These ones I've got battery cables and stuff right in the way. Move this over a little bit. All right, I got one out of the way. That's not going to work. I'm trying to get some extra leverage with that screwdriver. All right. Come on, you going to make me swear at you? That the only way you listen? Oh, you It's coming. Just like anything, this is just it's a struggle for every centimeter this thing moves. Oh. But it's coming. I can't tell you how tiring this is. Oh. Here we go. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. Oh, you sick son of a bitch. See, you buy cars for a couple $1,000, so then you got a couple $1,000 problems, right? It's good if you know what you're doing, like I know what I'm doing, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna be easy. Oh. Damn. Let me try some more penetrating oil. Oh. This is going to be like all of my penetrating oil just to get these 3 out. Whew. Came a little bit more. Like I said, every centimeter is a battle with this. I wonder if one of those ball joint pullers would work on this, if I could get it under. It's shaped like a fork. I wonder if I could get it under there. If I could somehow get some leverage and be able to pull these out. Come on, you bastard! Oh! I do have an idea. What if I got a pair of vice grips and put the one thing of it underneath this lip, the other on top of that bolt, and squeezed? It might be able to pull that up. Yes! Yes! Fuck you. Fucking old piece of shit. Okay. Oh, guys, what can I tell you? Right. Once again, the old plug, little corroded. Hey, what's up? What's up, Don? Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, this is being a son of a bitch because the coil packs are frozen in the cylinders. So even after spraying it down with penetrating oil, it's literally a battle to get them out of there. So, if somebody would like to buy me a beer or help me pay for this repair, I'd be grateful. Oh boy. Okay. So we got our new coil pack and another new plug. We are almost halfway done. One more cylinder and I will be halfway done with this monstrosity of a project. I'm gonna have to change my gloves again because these ones are all torn up. Did the Jews break your car? I don't know. Well, let me put it this way. The Dodge brothers were Jewish, and this is a Dodge Chrysler thing, so by proxy, yeah. It's bad engineering is what it is, because on the 6-cylinder, there's just one straight rail that has all of the coil packs on it. You just take off like 4 bolts and the whole thing just comes right out for all 6 cylinders. This one, each has its own individual one. And as you see, those O-rings are freezing in the cylinder. Okay. New coil pack. For those of you who don't know, I'm a man who wears many hats. And for about 2 years, I worked as a mechanic for my uncle who owns Atlantic Tire in Avenel, New Jersey, because one of his mechanics had a heart attack. He didn't die, he just needed time to recover. So I filled in for him for 2 years. So I know what I'm doing when it comes to car repairs, but just like everything, you know, in my life, nothing can be easy. It don't come easy, you know it don't come easy. It don't come easy, you know it don't come easy. Alright, I gotta replace these gloves because these ones are shredded. I'm gonna go get a little cornstarch because my hands are wet and I'll never ever be able to get them into gloves. So 1 second. Honey, grab a little thing of cornstarch because I keep having to replace my gloves and my hands are so wet. All right, I'm back with a plate of cornstarch. me see, what is everybody saying? Oh, really? To get your back 2 cylinders? Yeah, exactly. Germans. Yep, that's the way that some of that's why when my wife and I first, first met and we started dating and stuff, I don't know if she was my fiance yet or not, but she needed a new car. And she really wanted this little convertible Volkswagen, what are they called? The Cabrio. And I told her, don't get it. Because first of all, it was like $4,000 or $4,500. It was something like that. So it was a little more expensive than I like to buy them, because I don't like buying used cars for that much, because I know no matter what, I'm going to have to do repairs to them. And I knew that car was going to be a nightmare to work on, and sure enough it was. And it's funny because after that my wife said, I'm letting you choose all the cars from now on. I'm done. So what's the next thing I bought her? A Jeep. And she fell in love with it. She said, I never ever would have thought I would have liked a Jeep, but I absolutely love it. So this is the second Jeep I got her. Yes, exactly. If a German car costs $4,000, it's already broken. Exactly. But at the time it wasn't my money, so I didn't have any say in it. You know what I mean? But she learned her lesson. That listen to me. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to cars. I'd much rather work on a pickup truck or a Jeep, because normally they're a little bit easier to work on. Now this is an exception, but that's only because I don't think I doubt that anybody even ever did these, because they're so frozen in there. I put a little cornstarch on my hands so these gloves slide on a little easier. And I don't tear them like I was doing before. Something that some of you might have missed, but I was cussing up a storm then. All right. So, let me get on this side. So then I will have the front 4 done, and then I'll just have to do the back 4. I might have to go get some more penetrating oil though, because I'm almost out. Really not looking forward to doing these, the back 4. I might skip and go all the way back once to get the hardest part done. I can't tell you, Dad, what a pain in the ass this has been. The cylinders, the ignition coils, are frozen in the cylinders. So it literally took me, how long has this stream been going? The stream's been going an hour and 13 minutes. It took me an hour and 13 minutes to do 3, when this whole job should take an hour at most.
Is the camera on?
Yeah.
You live streaming?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to take a break.
All right. I'm going to have to take a break from it. My stomach hurts too. I got to eat something.
Now this is a lot different than
Yeah.
Ah.
All right.
The man is very humble and apologetic.
Expensive to work on too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it is. This doesn't have 200,000 miles on it. Let me see. I forget how many miles exactly this has, but fuck it. I don't have the key on me. But yeah, I don't think that this was ever done. Like, you know, the spark plugs, I mean, for anybody that's a little bit mechanically inclined, you know, it shouldn't be a hard job. The only reason this is being so difficult is because it's taking me half an hour to wrestle each one of these coils out of the cylinder. It shouldn't be that way. Yes, man stuff. I'm trying to fix the car, show me kitties. This is my wife's Jeep. She tried to go to the gym this morning, and it was getting misfire, wasn't running right. I knew that it needed to be done, but I was kind of ignoring it because at the time we didn't have money. So this cost me $200 I didn't have. Well, $200 that was supposed to go towards groceries. Even though, I can't go get groceries if I don't have a car. You know, so I need to fix the car so I could go get groceries. So I guess this week is just going to have to be a little light. It's a fast week anyway. Thanks for the compliment on the hat. But You know, it's like I can't ever get a break. But it's a fast week. This week was a fast from no meat all week, so that was a little rough. But next week is a fast from dairy all week, so I can have meat, but I can't have dairy next week. So I'm looking forward to next week a lot better than this week because there's only a limited amount of things I can eat. So I've just been a little ornery in general this week, I think, because, you know, the change in diet and stuff. If anybody's wondering, it's because in preparation for Lent, the Ukrainian Catholics, they do a 2-week fast before Lent. No, it's not easy to do. So I'm looking forward to next week, though, because I can eat meat all next week. I'd much rather... Well, it's hard because, you know what? Fasting from dairy is hard because dairy isn't everything, you know? Like, avoiding meat, okay, so I'll eat a lot of, like, pasta, grilled cheese, stuff like that. But next week, it's like... You know, some breads have milk in it, so it's really like you have to look at the ingredients on everything. Yes, I do need a giant steak.
We need any help?
Nah, there's really nothing to help with. This is such a pain. Nice.
Ooh.
I can smell that from here.
He got me last time, but he made up for it this time.
Did he give you any deal or anything?
What?
Give you a deal or anything?
Nah, I didn't even ask him because his sob story was I called him up this morning and lambasted him. You know, who you think I am? You think I'm a punk? I'm gonna kick your ass. Blah, 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 blah. You know, my usual spiel.
Yeah.
You don't know who you're messing with. I'm the toughest guy you'll ever meet. But the squeaky wheel gets through oil.
Oh, this one's coming a lot easier. Oh my goodness. That was the easiest one ever. Now that gives me hope. If that one came out this easy, maybe the back ones will come out even easier. That one actually came out without me. I didn't even have to cuss at it, guys. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh shit, I'm stepping on my jacket. I dropped my wrench. Oh. Okay, so thank God. That one came out easy. Let's hope that the last 4 are as easy as that one was. See, that one, when I pulled on it, it felt loose immediately. Whereas these other ones felt stiff. Very, very stiff. All right, I'm going to need a longer extension, too. I can't get any clearance over there. Oh. Let me see. This is the wrong size, but I have an adapter to go down. Ugh. Yeah, it's a lot longer. Okay. I got my longer extension now. I can't wait until next week. I'm going to get myself a steak. Today, I'd be happy with some beer. You know, that's how the monks during Lent, a lot of the monks, they would survive off of Bach, beer, and pretzels. That's it. That's not the worst thing, right? How'd you like to survive for 40 days and nights off of nothing but beer and pretzels? Well, I guess it sounds like it might be fun, but then when you really think about it, actually that's not too fun. It would get boring very quick. Okay. Whew. Let's get this old plug out. Yeah, once again, all these are the same. You see them? They're all like red. A little W, yeah. That's what I did. I sprayed down the cylinders with PB because I needed some help. But I don't want to put it on the new ones because actually WD-40 can actually dry stuff out over time. So I don't want to put it on the new cylinders because I don't want to make them freeze in the cylinder. All right, so here we go. We are officially almost halfway done. And thanks for tuning in, kiddies. By the way, you might have left already, but thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I mean, it's nice to have somebody to commiserate with or to complain to. So my wife is inside watching the kids, so she can't be out here with me. All right. Oh, nice. I realized just right now that they wrote the firing order. It's stamped right into the valve cover here. Or this isn't the valve cover. Is this the I forget. It's been so long. No, but these are the valve covers here on the sides. I forget what this is. Is the plenum? I don't know. It's been so long. I'm so bad with some of this terminology, but you know what I mean? I can fix it. I might not know what everything's called, but I can fix it. Now, where the fuck did I put? Oh, there we go. All right. We are officially halfway done with this job now. Yay! Sorry, this stream should be helpful to anybody that has to do this job and has the cylinders frozen in so they can see exactly what it's going to take to fix this. And it ain't exactly easy. Oops, forgot to put this back on. All right. So after I tighten down this bolt, we will officially be halfway done with this nightmare of a project. Say a prayer that the back four are easier than the front ones. The front ones might have been harder too because they're more exposed to everything. Okay. And let's push this clip in. And then boom, halfway done. Yay, milestone. All right, let me put this back where it goes so I don't forget later. This can get clipped back. All right, now I'm going to go back over to the other side, to the driver's side. So I'm kind of doing this in order of what's easiest. Maybe I should have done it in order of what was going to be hardest, but okay. Get that out of the way. Yeah, I guess it is the head. Yeah. I wasn't thinking. My brain ain't clear right now. Like I said, fasting, that happens sometimes when you fast. Your brain doesn't think right because it ain't getting the things it's used to getting. All right. Let me get this out of the way because I'm leaning on top of it. Oh, this one feels like it's coming already too. This one's really difficult. I can't get a wiggle on this though, but there's so many hoses in the way. Oh shit, I don't want to break these. Let me get them out of the way. I always hate that when you have to take off 1,000 other things so you can get to the one thing that you want to fix. That's always the worst. Okay. Oh, goody. I just cracked a vacuum hose. But that's all right. I'll have to go get a piece of, rubber hose and just couple that together. Maybe I'll take that off the old Jeep. The one that I crashed. I'm sure that they probably have some pieces of hose left on there that are usable. That's the thing about these old Jeeps, you know, plastic. That's why I hate plastic, because it gets brittle and it cracks like that, especially when it's cold. So maybe I should have prepared for that, but I didn't. Maybe I should get these wires out of the way too. Let me get these plugs out. This one have a special clip? No, it doesn't. Okay. Let's get this one out of the way. Oh, this gives me some more room. Let me undo this clip here. Put this over to the side. There we go. The other thing is there's this bolt here that's in the way that the intake mounts to. That's in the way as well. But that I could actually, if it's being a pain, if I can't get this one, I'll unscrew this and I'll take it out because it screws out.
How's it coming, Chuck?
Easier than it was before.
One hit wonder, one hit wonder. After you get done, I want you to hook up the microphone for me.
All right. Your microphone is, the cable's busted, remember?
Oh, it is?
Yeah. If you want to move the big custom speakers in there, I could hook up the big PA.
All right, do that then. After you're done. I'm sorry, am I interrupting you?
No. This one's coming. At least this one's actually moving. It's still hard, but at least it's going. Oh, almost, guys. Not as easy as the one on the other side that opposed it, but... Oh, shit, now my thumb's caught. Oh, there it goes. Oh. Come on. Come on, you bastard. All right. Last time, I was able to get one of them with a little bit of leverage from the hammer. I don't want, if this, you know, I'm not an idiot, so I know if it's too much pressure, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to crack the head or anything. It's made out of plastic. If it doesn't come off with a light tug. It's just really nowhere to get any leverage. Ouch! Son of a bitch. I swear, I'm going to invent something for this. Oh. Yep. Yeah, for fixing that hose, that's no problem. I might even be able to borrow a piece of hose off of this from somewhere because I see that there's some excess lines here that are the perfect size that has some slack, so I might be able to just cut a small section off of one of the vacuum lines that are already in here. So I just need a little piece to splice. See, these are the kind of things you need to know how to do though when you're a mechanic. It's no big deal, but oh. This one came up about a 1/4 inch, no problem, but it doesn't want to come the rest of the way. My wife was planning on going out to Sam's Club later. This might take me all day. Might not ever get to Sam's. It is coming more. It's just, like I said before, every centimeter with this thing is a battle. What'd I do? Oh my goodness, guys. I'm so exhausted. Alright, I think it might be time for swearing, you bastard! Come on, son of a bitch. Ouch! You scumbag! Come on! Come on, you're almost there. Just come on already, bastard! I'm sick of fucking around with you. Come on! Oh. Oh. It's coming more. It's almost there. I just no, let it come. Last little bit, you son of a bitch. Just come off. Oh. See? What I say? You gotta swear at it sometimes, motherfucker. Oh. Ugh. All right. So I guess we can officially say that I'm over halfway done. Yep, once again, just to show, every single one of these plugs is the same. Corroded. Alright, gonna open up our new box of plugs. For this I'm using the NGK V-Power. They are a copper plug, they're not platinum, but like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, but nobody was here, is that the copper plugs conduct electricity better, but they don't last as long. Whereas the platinum plug, or the iridium plugs too, they last longer, but they don't conduct electricity as well. So this time I got the V-Power ones. The ones that were in here were just regular Champion copper plugs. Because this is an 8-cylinder, and some of those iridium plugs are 7, and platinum plugs are like $7-8 a piece. So, you know, do the math, it adds up, whereas these are $3, $2.99 a piece. All right, where'd I put my spark plug socket? That's the other thing, you know, I'm going senile over here. I can't remember where I just set something that I had in my hands a second ago. Oh, dear God, please help me. Please have mercy on me. Oh, dear Jesus, have mercy on me. Where is it, please? I don't want to lose my temper over something silly like this. Where? Oh, it's still on the plug. Yeah, you might. Some recommend that you don't swap the type, but you know, back in 2000 when this was made, the platinum and iridium plugs were fairly rare. Copper was still fairly standard in 2000 when this was made. So if you're driving something nice, you know, it's probably worth it to get the better plugs, especially because like for this, now that I've done this job, it should be fairly easy if I need to do the spark plugs again, because I just did this. But in like we were talking about German cars earlier, where you have to go through all kinds of changes just to change the plugs. Now those are worth it to get the longest life plugs possible, even if it is at slightly less conductive spark, because you don't want to be doing that job all the time. This actually isn't that big of a deal because it shouldn't be as hard as it's been for me today under normal circumstances. But since I just replaced these, I shouldn't have an issue if I need to go and do the plugs again in another 6 months or year. No big deal. You know, they should come off fairly easily. And also, like I was saying earlier, let me show you this. I don't know if anybody was here in the stream when I was comparing the ignition coils, but the old ignition coils it just looks like this. The new ones have this skirt on it which prevents grit and stuff from getting down inside of the cylinder and causing the ring to freeze in there. So the new one was definitely designed a little bit better than the old one. These look like they're stock only. I would only say that because normally the newer ones usually have the stamps on the top and stuff like that. This one has it stamped into the plastic on the side. So if these aren't the stock ones, I would say that they're definitely OEMs, but I doubt that these were ever replaced if I had to guess. Oh, I already put that one in. I was just taking that out to show you. All right, I still got to tighten up that bolt. Okay. Let me take this one hose off over here so I have a little bit of room too. So I got to take all the hoses off of this side. This one's rubber, so I don't have to worry about cracking it as much. Okay. Last one on this side, boys and girls, if there's any girls left watching. Any of the female persuasion still watching. Oh, I hear my wife saying, ow. My son, he likes to kick. He's probably kicking her. I had to guess. He's just being a little boy, I guess. Okay, this plug is hard to get off because it's way back here. There we go. Okay. Let me get this out of the way too. Alright. Now I have a clearer shot. This one actually isn't going to be as hard on this side. The other side has all the oil dipsticks right in the way, so. The two girls gonna say, take off your shirt. It's freezing. No. It's freezing out. There's no way. Even though I'm sweating, I'm not taking off my shirt in this weather. Thanks for stopping by Irrational Times, by the way. And God bless you. Oh, I might have to take a break for a minute and go get myself something to drink because I am uber thirsty. Alright, before I even start trying to pull on this back one, let me spray a little bit more penetrating oil down there. And I'll be right back, you guys. I'm very thirsty. Let me go get something to drink real quick and I shall return. Oh, I'm going to leave this running, so bear with me. Too bad I didn't have Rational Times here. He could do some background music while I run and grab a drink. All right, I'm back. A little cornstarch. Help the gloves slide on easier. Like I was saying earlier, this is something I knew I had to do, but I was kind of avoiding it because I didn't have the money, but it got to the point where I couldn't ignore it any longer, which is a shame because, you know, the $200 we were going to take to go spend on groceries at Sam's Club now went into fixing this. So, them's the breaks. But like I was saying earlier, what good is going... I can't go get groceries if I don't have a car. So, the car is very, very, very important. Nobody's watching anymore. That's all right. Thanks for everybody that did hang out with me, but I'm still going. I'm going to live stream this whole entire thing. So if anybody ever wants to know the kind of shit that you actually have to go through to do a repair, you'll see it. Okay. All right. This one's coming. I'm coming, your man on the spot. I'm coming. to get what you got. I'm coming, 'cause you look so hot. You look tasty. There you go. I'll do it. Is that good music? Is that what you guys want to hear? Oh. Oh, it's coming. Not as easy as I'd like, obviously, but nothing beats that one plug. There was only one plug that I just wiggled a little bit and it came right out. Oh, whew. It's rough on your elbows and your hands. It's coming. Ah, yes. All right, so that one wasn't easy. That was probably the second easiest one. Whew. Excuse me. Yep. Don. Irrational Times is a real good dude, and he's done a couple pieces of music for me for my show We Interrupt This Broadcast. So I don't know if you need anything, but keep him in mind. So plug for Irrational Times. And Dr. Debauchery, he also did music for me, and he's really good too. Totally different styles. If you're looking for something more hardcore, I would say it's Dr. D. But if you're looking for more rock-oriented stuff or anything from rock and lighter, Irrational Times is your man for that. Yeah, once again, corroded. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were here, Dawn, because it said Streamlabs, their software is a little messed up on the phone sometimes, and it said that there were 0 people here. So it's the only reason I said that, because it appeared as though there wasn't anybody here. At least I've got a little bit of a rhythm going down here now, unlike before. Shit. Thank God I didn't lose it. Okay. Yeah, they're both really good. I don't know if you need intro music or anything else, but they're great guys to know. They're fantastic at what they do. I know Irrational Times has some family stuff going on that he has to take care of, so definitely keep Irrational Times in your prayers, and his wife, Shelly, I believe is her name. I hope I'm not wrong, because then I'll feel like an asshole. So after this, we're officially done with one side of the engine. Actually, I think I'm going to put this down first. Wait, no, because then I would have had to take it off. I'll do it this way. There's a ground wire going to this last plug, and I couldn't remember whether it went on before or after the coil, but I'm pretty sure it was after the coil, because otherwise I would have just left it on the post. Okay. And then I'll assemble everything on this side of the engine so I don't forget where everything goes. Okay, nice and snug. All right. Okay, so let's start putting these hoses back where they go. This one went here. And then there was this hose which went here. And then this is the one that I broke. So I'm gonna have to splice this. I hate these plastic lines, but it is what it is. This seems like it was kind of long anyway. It didn't even really need to be this long. You see how much over? I don't know if you guys can see this, but there seems to be quite a bit of overlap between these two pieces. It means it was way out to here before, which seems a little excessive. Didn't really need to be that long, but oh well. I'll just put it back the way it was. Let me go get a pair of scissors or a knife so I can cut a piece off that other hose. Scissors, nice. Ugh. All right, so there's a piece of vacuum hose here, and all I'm going to do is, since I could tell it's a little long, I'm going to cut it. And take that little piece. See, cut a little piece off there. Push this back on. And then boom, that's all done. And then piece this back together. Tight fit, very, very tight fit. Let me try to get it on this end first. Pushed it. No, that wouldn't work. You know, it sounds gross, but I could spit on it to lube it up a little bit. Might have to do that. Let me do it off camera because it's gross. I don't want anybody to see me spitting. It's gross. I hate when people spit in front of me, so I'll be courteous and I won't do it in front of y'all. Oh shit, almost had it. A very, very tight fit. Oh, hand is cramping. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. Okay. Like it never was broken. Everything looking good. Actually, I want to put this going under this hose so it doesn't seem as obtrusive. Okay, now where were all those other plugs? Here we go. Alright, this one went here. This one goes up here. And that one goes there. Okay. Yay, we're officially done with one side of the engine. I got two more coils left. Oh. Okay. Now how the hell am I gonna get in here? I think I might have to take off this, move this dipstick out of the way. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very, very hard for me to get in there. It's even without that, it's going to be very hard. So I guess any obstacles I can remove, the better. It's funny, you know, because people ask me where I learned to wrench. And while, yes, it is true that I worked for my uncle, I'll put it this way. My uncle called me because I already... He had me replacing a professional mechanic. I was 20-something years old. Never worked as a professional mechanic in my life. You know, it's in the Boris blood. We are mechanics, and that's what we are at heart, so. He was confident enough in me, never ever having done that kind of work professionally before, that I could do it, because he knew I could work on cars. Come on. Oh, shit. Alright, that gives me a little bit more room. Not much, but I can't see. Oop, lost a piece of my glove. This one's going to be a pain. Say a prayer that this one comes off easy. These two next ones are very difficult because there's really nowhere for me to get leverage to pull them out. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to take off this bolt and move this wiring harness. It's a pretty big sucker. Let me see. Let me see. I'm taking this, but there's a bolt here that's holding a wiring harness right over the coil I have to get at, so I'm gonna take this off. That's gonna take forever. I don't know if I have an 18-inch deep socket though. I'm sure I do, I just don't want to waste a bunch of time looking for one. Let me give a peek real quick. 17. Find metric. See if we can find the English equivalent. Yep. What's that? 11/16. I might take this bolt out that it's attached to as well, because the more clearance I could get to work on this, the better, because this is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be the hardest part of it all. Unless they just slide right out without me having to force them, this is going to be the hardest one ever out of all of these two. Whoops. bolt bounced out. Oh. Get this harness out of the way. My son throwing a fit inside the house. It's giving my wife trouble. I might get a zip tie or something and zip tie this over to the side to give me a little bit more clearance too. Let me get this bolt out. See, this one's a different size, huh? Well, I'm gonna try doing it with this. Why is my son being such a pill? I hear him in there freaking out. I can't see how deep down this goes either. Oh, I see it. Well, it's the same size. Why isn't this socket fitting on it? Oh, there it goes. Any day now, this bolt. There we go. Snug. All right, that gives me a little bit more clearance to get in here. Okay, got the plug off. There we go. Oh. Hi, Hannah. I see my daughter in the window. Hi, Hannah. All right, where did I put that 10mm socket? There we go. So let me get this out of the way. This hose is in the way. Oh, come on. And before I started working on this, I fixed my dad's car. His Buick that's sitting, I don't know if you guys, if it's in frame, if you guys can see it. But he needed coil packs too. But his are right out in the open. And it took me literally, like, I'm not joking, 1 minute. That doesn't sound good. Very rusty, this bolt. Everything's very, very tight on this side. Okay. That one's off that side. Oh, that was a pain. Yeah. It's kind of the same way here, because why would I pay a mechanic double, triple, quadruple, or more to do this when I can do it myself? The part's enough. The $200 loss was bad enough. You know what? Now I got to also pay somebody else thousands of dollars to do the job? No thanks. You know, I'll do it myself. Let me see if I have any penetrating oil left in this can. I need a new pair of gloves as well. My hands are dirty enough, but at least I'll keep them kind of clean. I think I'm down to my last 2 gloves. The whole car is covered with cornstarch now. Who gives a fuck? 2000 Jeep. What do you want? It'll blow off once I drive it. Okay, please, Jesus, be with me on these last 2. Please don't let this be a pain for me. I need this car for my family, so please, Jesus, help me out. It's coming. Yes! Oh, thank you, Jesus. That one was easy.
Let's go, Joe.
Good. That was probably the easiest one yet. I didn't have to cuss at it or anything.
Okay.
I didn't have to cuss at it or anything.
Is that going live over here?
Yep.
People are watching?
Yeah, there's a few people
You're
watching.
the best, Chuck. You're the best. This is my son. He's the best mechanic.
This is my father. This is the hitman, the one and only. Grand Duke of Rock and Roll.
Yes.
All right,
With money, baby, you can buy nice things. Like swimming pools, caviar, and diamond rings.
All right, let's get this old plug out.
Yes. You can buy nice things. Swimming pools, caviar, diamond rings.
Hitman, the one and only Grand Duke of Rock and Roll. That's my dad. That's how, that's the pedigree that I'm from. Yeah, I didn't mean that figuratively. Actually, I'm very religious. I know that I got my character tailor-made in Bible Thug, but that's making fun of a very specific kind of, you know, Christian. I'm kind of just mocking the ones that, you know, the piss and vinegar, fire and brimstone kind of, you know, everything that you're doing is evil and sinful. Working on a car? Well, that doesn't serve Jesus. Well, actually, it does, because, you know, I need my car to get to work. So, you know, but, you know, that kind of, like, mindset. That's who that's mocking. I think some people might have taken it the wrong way. I know my wife did. She didn't like it that much. She has a point. She definitely has a point. You know. But, you know, what I got to say is that if God made us, God can have every emotion that we're capable of, which means that God has to have a sense of humor. And I imagine it'd probably be the best sense of humor, since he is God. So, yeah. Once again, all corroded. Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm referencing. I'm referencing the over-the-top, like, televangelist style of, like, Protestant that, you know... I'm not Protestant, by the way. I'm Eastern Rite Catholic, which is like a Catholic version of Orthodox. Jehovah's Witnesses, they keep coming by and I actually talk to them because, you know what, they're usually pretty brief because, you know, I got kids and stuff and they know that I don't got time to talk that much. But I tolerate them. I like them coming by because it's this guy and her son who's like, it's this lady and her son's like in his 20s, you know, and it's just, I feel bad. I don't want to be like, get the F out of my house, you know, because I would never do that. I appreciate that they care enough to go door to door to try to save souls, but, you know, I think that the theology is wrong. I hear my son freaking out in there. And give my wife a break. Why doesn't he give my wife a break? Some clearance to get this. To get this on here. I'm gonna have to take off this glove for a second so I can screw that in. Yeah, I mean, they're okay. The Mormons are a little bit different because, well, they're both kind of culty, you know, I won't lie, but yeah, they're okay. I wish them the best, and I wish that they would find what I consider to be the true church. And obviously what I feel God considers to be the true church, because I wouldn't be Catholic if I didn't think it was the right way to go, you know what I mean? And I'm not talking about the Roman Catholics. I know they got a lot of crap that they need to deal with on their own selves. The problems in the Eastern, there aren't problems in the Eastern Church like there are in the Roman Church. The Eastern Church is very, very traditional. And people say, well, do you answer to the Pope? Not really. If there was I mean, like, we recognize, I guess, the position of the Pope, but if there's a problem in the church or something going on, it would go to the Archbishop Svetoslav or one of those. It wouldn't ever get to the Pope. So the Pope doesn't even like really govern us. It's like, okay, yeah, we recognize that you're like the head of the church, but he doesn't have a hand in really any decisions that happen in the Eastern Church. It's kind of, we recognize the position, but not, you know, we're not really ruled by them. And the moment a Pope does something that is not Christian, he ceases to be Pope. So, you know what I mean? So I'll leave you with that. You can take away from that what you want. Got off on a little tangent there, sorry. Car repair religion wave. I hear my son sobbing up a storm inside the house back there. What is his problem? My wife's probably pulling her hair out right now. You don't listen to Frankie? What do you mean? Oh, you mean Francis? Is that what you mean? You're saying Frankie like as in... Not that we don't listen, but he really has no say in what we do because he's really not, you know, he's not Eastern Rite, you know, he's Western. All right, we got one more, folks. One more. Whew. I'll wipe off my glasses. They're all full of dust. It's getting hard for me to see. Yeah, obviously, you know, or, you know, like John Paul II. He said, you know, he basically preached that doctrine that every man is their own God, and there's nothing more anti-Christian than that. As a matter of fact, that's the like number one tenet of Satanism, that you are your own God, you know. So anybody that preaches with that sort of thing, you know, you can't have an apostate blasphemer as Pope. So the moment a Pope does something like that, they cease to be Pope, you know? Nice. By the time I finish, you're going to be done with yours. You're going to be done collecting your parts. All right. Let me stop stalling and get this last one done. This is going to be the hardest one of all. To reach anyway. Let's hope it pulls right off like that one did. After this, I'm switching to beer. My wife will have to drive. I got to do this by feel. My hand is blocking the view. That's why this one is hard to do. That's also why I hate working on vans. There's a lot of stuff like this you have to go and you have to do it by feel, by touch and feel, and that's never fun. I'm almost done, Dad. I'm on the last one finally. There's still air in that tire?
You know, Chuck, I don't know if I would like to move down to Florida and have a house right next to me. I'm thinking about that.
Then don't. Then don't. If you want to move to Florida, go somewhere a little further.
I want to just stay here and make this nice. Make some money. We're making hit records. Yeah.
All right. I got the bolt off. Let's get the plug off. Excuse me, fellas and ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody like Cheap Trick? This one I might have to take off with the plug on because there's a wire right behind it that's preventing me from being able to pull the plug off of the coil.
I always change my mind when my friends visit me. And I can play guitar a lot better when my friends visit me.
Let's see if I can pull this off.
Thinking like different. Nice day, man. You're gonna go and get like wilderness like this.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Tennessee somewhere. I guess there's nothing
Oh boy, this one's going to be a major pain. There's all these dipsticks in the way. I can't get to anything. It's really not very hard to get leverage. Ow. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, okay, got the plug off.
Thanks to the laws of New Jersey, we're reduced to be like cavemen. So we got to defend ourselves with bats. We can't have guns anymore.
Yeah, you're not allowed to defend yourself with guns in New Jersey.
What?
You're not allowed to defend yourself with guns in New Jersey, so I guess I'll have to go get myself a couple baseball bats.
What I brought home today. Put a shoelace through it.
There you
This
go.
here we should have got the kid. Here, come on over here.
Yeah, I should have popped him right in his head with
Put
that.
like
Is
a
what I should have
shoelace
done.
through it and give it to you. That's what you can defend yourself with.
Boy, this one doesn't want to come. Now this one I might have to come up with a creative solution. Let me see if I got any more PB. All right. Spray. It's the last one, so I used the last of it on it. Hopefully that'll get it lubed up enough where I can pull it out. Yeah, exactly. Vans are the worst because you have to do everything by touch and feel. You can't see anything. That's why, you know, when if my wife and I have any more kids, we're gonna need a bigger car because I already have twins. So if you have any more kids, you know, this Jeep will even be obsolete. I'm gonna have to get like a Suburban or something like that because once again, I'm thinking about what's easy to work on. You know, I'd much rather work on a Suburban than a minivan or a van or anything like that. Vans absolutely suck. I know the place I used to work, they had a van, a Ford van, and we did so much work on that, and I hate working on that thing. They got rid of it. This one's being a pain.
Can I help you?
What are you gonna help with?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm here.
No, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, you know, it's.
I'm here in case you need.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. But there's really nothing to help with. I'm gonna have to wrestle this until I get it off eventually.
Clean up the side of the house here.
Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Amore.
Come on. This reminds me of working on the van. This one plug here.
This is such a nice winter.
If I could get a little handsaw, because here's my idea for getting this last one off. On these plugs, you see that's where there's a bolt that's coming up through that hole there, so I can't spin it. Because if I could turn it, it'd probably be a lot easier. But I can't because there's that bolt going through. So I might just go get a little handsaw and cut that right there so I could spin it off. I think that's what I'm going to try. If this doesn't, I'm going to try tugging on this for a little bit longer. And if it doesn't, if I can't get it out of here. Because I can't get any leverage on it. There's no room.
Sometime today, I'm going to look at the computer and see what my AAA payment is. Because you got to pay that by the 1st, or they cancel you.
I think you got. I don't know any of the login information for it. We went through this. You have to pay over the phone. That's how you did it last time.
Okay, we'll have to do that then.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that because if you don't pay them, they don't let you ever renew. This happened today. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up with that because it's really worth it.
Is there like a drywall saw or anything?
What?
Drywall saw?
A drywall saw? I don't know. Probably in a truck somewhere.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know, Chuck, I don't even use one of them anymore. I use the hammer, and if I think there's no plumbing or wires, I use the sawzall.
Yeah.
Of course, to me, cutting the drywall with that is too much work for me, for my hands and everything. It's just a lot easier for me to get the hammer and go boop, 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 boop on each side and just pull this thing off. Well, like I said, if I'm doing a lot and I don't think there's wires, I can
Yeah.
That's too much work.
I'm gonna see. Let's see if this is even making any progress. Oh yeah. Yeah, if I could cut this off,
Chuck, does the Buick have spark plugs?
Yeah, of course it has spark plugs.
Spark plugs?
What? Yeah, you don't remember I just did that job?
That's spark plugs?
What?
That is the spark plugs now?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
They don't have spark plugs anymore?
They do.
Oh.
Yeah, I just did the job. Not a few weeks ago, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I put brand new spark plugs and I put only one coil pack.
Oh, okay.
Because that's all that it needed. But now the other coil pack went, so I did the other one on the Buick.
We put a new alternator in there too, didn't we?
I think I put a new alternator in there. I can't remember.
Oh, you drive it and see what she says. Still seems like it's gonna runs fine, the lights off, but still seems like when you're idling, right? The gas is dimming and high in it, you know what I mean? It has something to do with that. So when you rev up the engine, it all goes nice. So.
About halfway through. It doesn't matter because I'm not putting this back, so, you know, I got to get this off one way or another because I'm not leaving it. I'm not going to do it. I didn't come this far to leave the last one, you know. Almost through. What's that?
Like that block.
What, the Ukrainian crest?
Oh, $40.
What's that?
I gave him 60. But the thing, You know, it's like 100 you should give him. So he said no, but I'm going to give him 40 bucks. I got to give him another 40 bucks. He did too, and when you're supposed to give him 100 bucks for one house to be blessed.
Yeah.
So for 2 houses, man, that's like wham, wham, double bonus. You know what I'm saying? You gave us a double bonus package.
The dean of priests was by the other day, the houses here, and he blessed the houses. My dad's buddies with the dean of priests. He's my dad goes to a different Ukrainian Catholic church than I do. Hanging by a thread. Trying to get that last little bit off. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly. That's why I'm kind of blowing as I go. Right now, nothing can really fall down in the hole because it's covered, you know. So, as soon as I cut this part off, I didn't come this far to leave this one on here. As you can see, it's a tight spot, so it's really hard to just get anything in here. All right. Still a little bit more. A little bit of a nub.
My friend's love and gratitude towards me actually made me get lightheaded. And I was like,
Hanging by a thread. If I try twisting it, maybe it'll snap. Oh, yes. There we go. Now that I can get a spin on this, maybe I could get it out.
why you disrespect the wag like this, Chuck? You know it's your favorite drink.
Son of a bitch. Ah, ha, ha. Yes!
Got it?
Yeah, motherfucker. You can't keep me down. I wasn't calling you MRFer.
I know. You call him a wag. Yell at the wag when you get pissed.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Who do you think's better, the wag? Seriously, or do you like the Archies?
I don't know.
Probably
the wag, yeah.
Let's say the
I
wag.
have to say definitely the wag. The wag is my is the group I was in. I guess you would call semi-professional.
The Archies, the only thing they had was sugar, sugar.
The wag was like
a cartoon too, man.
The wag was like Fleetwood Mac.
What?
The wag was like Fleetwood Mac, like that kind of pace of music. They had some stuff that was a little heavier than Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, but the Archies were only like cartoon characters. They weren't even like real guys. They're still good, bro. They had a couple good songs, catchy songs. Cherokee was good though. Cherokee said, I'm gonna make the last one free. So good. He's lead singer.
Hey, have fun, man. Thanks for hanging out. I got the, I'm on the last one.
In case anybody's listening out there, some of the best groups in the world right now out is the Marx Brothers. The Marx Brothers band is the band that we're currently in. I'm Hitman, Grand Duke of Rock and Roll. It's my son. He's lead guitar. I'm rhythm. Marx Brothers is the best group. They're definitely better than the Archies or the Wax. I'd say that, seriously, I mean, being talking seriously, I'd say they're probably like the Beatles, the Marx Brothers.
I need a smaller extension than this. This one's too long. Oh. Let's try it this way. Get this wide. Why are you putting that stuff up here anyway? I'm working.
At any rate, these were left out. I hope it didn't rain, right?
No.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
What kind of winter is this? It's crazy. It snowed one time, but I'm glad it hasn't snowed yet. That's great. It may never snow. I don't care. I hate snow.
Oh. Okay. Making progress. Last one, folks. Finally. It's been a long road. So let me see. Let's figure this out. It cost me $200 in parts. Plus, it's probably going to take, let's say it's going to take 3 hours to do this. So they would charge, if you took this to a mechanic, it would be double parts. So that's $400 for parts, and then $30 to $60 an hour. Let's go with the high end at $60 an hour. So 60, 120, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 100. What's that? 180. So you're talking like $500-$600 job. This would be if you took it to a mechanic. Easy, maybe more.
Let me see if Mike. You want to put this on for background music?
No, because I'll get copyright striked.
The very best of bad things.
I'm saying no because I'll get copyright striked.
Oh, I'm interested in listening to this.
Yeah, I like it too, but I don't want you to play it in the background because I'll get copyright striked for it.
I'm just going to see if it works. I don't even know if this thing works.
Yeah, I don't think we ever tried playing a CD in there.
I'll try to play right now. I'm not trying to put it on anybody. People like, I love that group.
It's stupid, but that's the way YouTube's stuff works, you know.
Where's my key? In the end of Breaking Bad. Oh, that was classic. The Badfinger song Baby Blue came up. That was good. We saw goats, but I did good.
Love is a long, long road. Pain in my ass. Come on. I hate doing stuff by touch and feel. Come on, bastard. All right. Still unscrewing it. Still coming. My hand is starting to cramp. I might need to take off this glove for this. Good now. Let me get that last plug out.
Let me see.
All right. There you go. The last plug. Finally out. Whew. No matter what you do, I will always be around. Won't you tell me what you found, girl? Girl, won't you knock down the old gray wall and be a part of it all? Nothing to say, nothing to see, nothing to do. If you would give me all, yes, I would give it to you. Nothing would be, nothing would be, nothing would be. Where you go, there will always be a place. Can't you see it in my face, girl? Ooh, girl, won't you? Wouldn't that be funny if I got a copyright strike for humming the tune of of no matter what my bad finger. And be a part of it all. Nothing to say, nothing to see, nothing to do. Where's that last spark plug? Give me all. This I will give it to you. Nothing would be, nothing would be, nothing would be. Where is the 8th spark plug now? Oh, girl, won't you? Ooh, girl, you girl, won't you? Oh, I just put it in, didn't I? I'm a retard. Where's the 8th spark plug? Oh, you mean the one that you literally just put in the cylinder? Or did I? No, I just got that one out, didn't I? No, I put it in. I'm retarded. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm overtired or something. Either that or I'm going senile already. What do you guys vote for? Am I senile or am I just tired? Comment down below if that's true. Every day my mind is all around you. Looking out from day after day. Bring it home, darling, make it soon. I give my love to you. Alright, last one is finally on. Whew. This has been a long trip, hasn't it, folks? Bring it home, darling, make it soon. I'll give my love to you. Alright. Alright, folks. That's it. They're all in. Now I just got to put all this shit back that I had to take off. How's that ratchet? Oh. Oh shit, I forgot to put the ground cable on that back terminal. So I gotta undo that. Fuck. Fuckity fuck fuck. It's always gotta be something, huh? Badfinger, there's a sad story. Basically, Badfinger was one of the first groups that Apple Records, which was owned by the Beatles, signed. And basically, the Beatles used the profits of off of Badfinger albums to float the expenses of the company. And Badfinger ended up with nothing, and like 2 of the guys committed suicide. You know? Sad story of Badfinger. They had some good music, though. They're a great group. I know everybody, they might not realize it, but everybody knows a Badfinger song. If you watched Breaking Bad, when Walt dies at the end, spoiler alert, when Walt dies at the end, they're playing Baby Blue by Badfinger. That's the what's playing while he's laying there dying. And everybody knows No Matter What, and you know those songs are super radio hits. If you listen to any classic rock, you've heard them before. Hey, what's up, fat keck boy? Just finishing up this job. Literally, what am I going on? I'm going on for almost 3 hours now. It took me 3 hours to do a job that should have taken an hour at most, because all of these coils were frozen into the cylinder and I had to wrestle them out. Bitch, come on.
You gotta listen to that Chuck Lane. That's a fantastic song that Baby did. They didn't play all of that in Breaking Bad. They only played like a verse of it and right at the end. But it's actually it's a really nice song. Badfinger. They're like, yeah, they're about probably about as good as the Marx Brothers. But see, on that Badfinger thing, it has like 20 songs, but only the first 4 are any good, you know?
No, I don't agree with that. I like a lot of those songs on there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I gotta give it a better listen.
I like, you know, Come and Get It is, you know, that was...
I don't really like that
Was
song.
it wasn't bad.
Yeah. I didn't say they were horrible. I just said they're all right. The Come and Get It's all right.
Yeah. It's, I'll agree with
that. It's not like
that.
Baby Blue, though. I mean,
No. Those are, or No Matter What, those are much better songs.
Well, I'm saying they got 4 of their best songs, which are like some of the best songs of all time.
I was just telling them on the
first 4 is what I'm saying. The rest of them are all right.
I was just telling them on the live stream that story of Badfinger is sad. It's the story of, you know, Badfinger was one of the first groups Apple Records that was owned by the Beatles signed, and basically they used the profits from their album sales to float the company, to keep the company head above water, and basically Badfinger ended up with no money and 2 of the guys killed themselves. You know what I mean? It's sad, you know?
Yeah, it is sad. What's that right there?
Cornstarch. I needed it so I could get the gloves on, because they wouldn't slide on.
What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Well, that's my point that I was making. The first 4 are great. I mean, they're one of the best songs of all time. Rival the Marx Brothers, Tasty. but different kind of music. Yeah.
Where's that hole? Oh, there it is.
But that was perfect for Breaking Bad because the crystal meth that they were snorting or whatever they do with it was blue.
Yeah.
My baby blue.
And also the lyrics, I guess I got what I deserve.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, which is also, so it was very fitting. He's not Hal, he's Walt.
Walt.
He was Hal in frickin' thank you for the donation. Or I think it was a donation.
Knock him in the middle.
It's cut off. I can't see what it said. Oh, $1.49 from Keck Boy. A hamburger. Have a burger. Thank you very much. God bless you, man. Oh, I also see $1.99 from Keck Boy, a laptop computer with work on the screen. Thank you very much. God bless you. I don't know why it's not reflecting in the bar yet. Maybe it will, but thank you so much for that donation. I will definitely put that to use. God bless you, man. I appreciate that. That will help me offset some of the costs for doing this job. I wasn't expecting to have to do this job. You know, it cost me $200 for parts, which was what I planned to use for groceries. So now I'm a little short for groceries, but I appreciate it. This needed to be done because, like I would keep saying, what if I don't have a car? I can't go out to get groceries. So, you know, I need to fix the car. I don't really have a choice. But thank you so much for that donation. I really do appreciate it. Oh. I see it looks like you did $1.99 and $1.49 or something like that. And I would get a hamburger, but it's a fast day for me, so I can't have a hamburger today. I can tomorrow, so I'll get a hamburger tomorrow. In the, you know, I'm Eastern Rite Catholic, and we always do a 2-week fast before Lent, so I'm on that now. And this week it starts off by a week of no meat, and then a week of no dairy. So I'm on the week of no meat right now. So I can't get a hamburger today, but I'll definitely get myself one tomorrow. Okay. Come on. All right. Let me double check and make sure I put that back on. I don't see any plugs I forgot. I put the ground wire back on the back. Everything looks good. All right. So first, I gotta put the top of the intake back on, which connects with this cuff here. Okay, this gets pushed on here. I can't see what I'm doing.
Wow. This is something.
You gotta be an acrobat to work on some of these cars sometimes.
Wow. Good, Jeff, you're good.
That's why my uncle hired me. God rest his soul. Okay. Okay, that looks like it's on. Nice. Thank you so much, yeah, Keck boy. God bless you. Seriously, man. Oh, that'll go towards some more grub for my kids. Oh, where did I put those bolts now that go in the side here? The heck did I put those two bolts? There's a bolt that goes on this side and on that side to hold in.
I'm serious. This is what you should do. You should open up your own repair shop, because I found out when I was going to get the Isuzu fixed truck.
Yeah.
That there's not many mechanics. I mean, so-called mechanics, they don't really know anything. Guys like Uncle Chuck are dying.
Yeah.
Died already.
That's definitely true.
So you're probably one of the best mechanics around. So you should open up your own repair shop, because you're the kind of guy that does the job right, and you can get top dollar, I know, because
Yeah,
nobody
I
knows
could
what the
do
hell they're
that.
doing now.
I'm trying to look for. I don't know. There's two bolts I can't find.
Oh, wow. Don't tell me that.
They hold the air box here in place.
So can
Where
you
the-
get...
oh, you know what? I put them on the ground over here. I remember. I put them aside near the other part so I wouldn't lose them. See, I was smarter than I
That
thought.
one there? I see it right there.
What's that?
It goes right there, right?
One goes there, and there's one on the other
Yeah.
side. Yeah, I put them over there so I wouldn't lose them. You see, I'm smarter than I thought. I thought I left them in the engine bay. I try not to leave the bolts and stuff in the engine bay, because you tend to forget that they're there and stuff. Right now is an exception, because I'm literally putting them on right now.
You're the best, Chuck. You're the best.
Putting bolts in the engine bay is a good way to lose them, you know? Good way to drop them somewhere where you can't retrieve them. I did that this morning on my dad's car. I dropped a socket and a real little one. So it's gone. It fell near the battery and it's wedged in there. So I would have to take the battery out to get to it. I ain't doing that for a 6mm socket, you know. Don't need the extension for this one.
Let me see what else I can do over there.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I never tightened up that cuff in the back. Let me do that before I forget. Hopefully this will get us me a little bit better gas mileage too, now that it's got new spark plugs and new coil packs. Okay.
I got it, Chase. So this one's right there too.
Oh, come on. Okay. Now, let's need this piece.
The friendship visit could have lasted a long time.
Okay. All right. I can't bolt this down because it's broken and the bolt was missing when I got it, so that's all she wrote. All right, so that is how you do the coil packs and spark plugs on a 2000 Jeep Grand Cherokee, but I believe that they made this body style is all the way up until the mid 2005, 2006, 2007, something like that. They changed the body style. I don't know exactly, but this is the same. It's probably the same engine even in those years. Even if they changed the body style, it's probably very similar.
This should make the total donations today to $10.
Nice. God bless you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Kick, are you in my Discord? I'll wait a minute for you to reply. No? All right. I'm gonna get you a link. You're an RTC though, aren't you? As long as you're somewhere I can find you, I'll make sure I get a link to you. You get a little bit behind the scenes action, know what I'm working on behind the scenes. All right, oh, thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. I'm really thirsty. All right, get those out from underneath the hood. Everything's back. That's propping up the hood. So leave that there for right now. I don't think I'm in either one of those. You know what? When this is done, I'll change in the description. I'll put the link to my Discord in the description for this video, because the only people that would watch this pretty much are super fans of mine. So thank you so much for everybody that tuned in, and anybody that's going to watch this deserves to be in the Discord. So I'll put the link in this after I'm done, so just wait a little bit and I'll get that out there. All right, let's start this up. Let me go get the keys and let's see how it sounds.
That Chucky's really good. God bless him. He's a nice kid.
All right, let's see how it sounds. Here's to hoping I did everything right.
Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for sinners now at the hour of our death. Amen. All right. Hail Mary, you happy?
So it runs good. It runs just fine. I gotta do some cleanup now. And for anybody that was curious, because I think Dawn asked earlier, what does this have, 200,000? No, it has 130,000 miles on it, which actually isn't bad considering it's a 2000, so it's 20 years old, you know, so it's that's actually not that many miles considering. I believe that's under the average. It was lower when we bought it too. We put quite a few miles on it since we had it, but thank you for everybody that tuned in. God bless y'all. Thank you for the donations, and I'll talk to you later. See everybody later. Have a nice day.